Welcome back, everyone, to VCT Pacific Stage 1. I guess congratulations are in order. For today's round, we have Talon Frost and Cruz on set. Let's begin by hearing from both on your thoughts on the game.
I think it was a very tough series. I think they played very solid, and um, we made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, so I'm like okay with the results, but like I could have been much better.
I'll second that. I actually think that's the best they've ever played as a unit. I was pretty impressed by how Borkum was playing. I thought Jesse Vassar's calling was amazing, actually. I thought he was shooting well too. I mean, he felt himself on, especially on Lotus, I think he felt himself. But we should have 2-0'd. We had a bad series of events and throws. Just, you know, I'll say this. I'm really proud of Jip Boys. So we have people that are sick on the team at the moment, and Jip Boys is definitely not doing well. And I felt like he won every clutch. And I don't need he couldn't communicate today, and there was so many things that went wrong. I think in the comms department, which led to the throw on Sunset. But I think, by the way, Cruz, I think that was largely you in your first gun round. Then we have like the bad gaff in the throw, and then you eco, and then again the gun round, and then another throw. So it's like our economy didn't have a chance. I think it's unfortunate we didn't 2-0. It's not even about secret or anything. It's more like I'd like us to put a complete game together. And I feel like no matter what happens, we just keep getting in our own way. And I think, I'm proud that we're 4-1. I'm proud of your 4-1. No one gave you a chance to be 4-1. No one ever expected you to be able to call your way through a 4-1 series, especially since you don't have the team that you had last year. So obviously, congratulations are in order for that because, as I've been saying publicly, I think you're the second best caller in APAC. And I think we need to close the gap on stacks. And we need to do that by winning series like this where we're playing poorly. So I'm happy for the guys. I'm ticked off myself. Obviously, I'm sure you can hear my voice because I just think, if we want to win a championship, we're going to have to play better. But you still need to beat good teams when you're not playing well. So congratulations.
This question is for Cruz. Tell us what went wrong with the communications on set despite a comfortable lead of 9-3.
I think we're just way too slow on doing stuff. Like normally in scrims, when I call stuff, people do it immediately. But then probably because like how they played really solid defense, like just straight up everywhere. And then we were just so scared of making a mistake, which burned a lot of time for me to actually like get get like a grasp of like what they're doing. So when we burn a lot of time, it just causes us to go into like traps and make like bad decisions. We just need to run in through a lot of util. So I think that's why it was like pretty hard for me as a caller in that particular half. Yeah, but I mean, we were losing a lot of gunfights as well.
This question is for Frost. A very breathtaking game on Lotus, but a favorable result on your end. What was the decisive factor for winning this map?
Um, that's actually a very good question. It's hard for me to pinpoint one thing. I will say that I think on our attack, the thing that I was very happy with because I had to blow timeouts that I didn't want. Oh God. Is our ability to diagnose that basically our first action, they weren't making a reaction on. It was always our second. And Cruz basically figured out that like, oh, he could basically do a double move. He could do a double pivot. So he's basically like going from B to C. I'm sure you guys saw like the B to C door connector or the C to the B and then back. I think that's like an NA thing where teams like we call it guerrilla rotating and they basically just like on sound, right? They played very disciplined and very solid. They didn't really go on the first, but they always bid on the second. And I thought the adjustment to read that, hey, if we do one more, we're gonna get a free bomb site probably saved the series, if I'm going to be completely honest.
One more question for Coach. What was conveyed to the team that earned your team that vital win on Breeze?
I didn't have to convey anything. They were very unhappy with some of the behavior from the other team, and just it is what it is, right? Like, I mean, they're grown men over there. They certainly deserve to say what they want about who they want. It's just rather unfortunate. Obviously, I've already talked about this, but I didn't have to say anything actually. Didn't have to say anything at all. I was pretty happy with how they came into this and the week of preparation going into this. I'm looking forward to playoffs, and it's going to be really hard because APAC is a bloodbath right now.
For Cruz, how would you rate yourself and the team's performance today? Did you ever anticipate the game will end this close? Is there anything you think the team should further improve from today's game?
I think a lot. We have a lot of problems in terms of like, when we need to fight, sometimes we are just slow. We're just afraid of making mistakes, and it's gonna cost us a lot of games from now on. Like, for example, if we want to do something, we need to be confident about what we're gonna do. We do it fast, we do it together right away. But what we've been doing on stage today was actually the opposite of what I wanted. But during the latter part of the game, we kind of got together and like, we're just playing our game now. But the first half and the first series, we were just like so worried of making a mistake. And I really don't like that. And I wish we would do stuff off like, I would say like understanding of the whole map of the whole team. Yeah, I really need that from everybody. Like, for example, we call like there's heavy movement on the other side. We need to be able to react on the other side right away, but then we're super slow on that. And I can't really help micro everybody in like the small amount of time we have. So it's like, yeah, I think we need to work a lot on that. And we just need to get that thing off our chest where we're like we're just scared to die or make a mistake. Yeah.
If you don't mind, I will add to that. The truth is, Cruz, I think that's a coaching problem. Like at the end of the day, you have to do a better job with Gov, and with Jit to be able to like speed up on the other side. So that's on me. So I'll definitely make sure that that doesn't continue to happen. But what I'll say about that is, look at the difference between the Gen G match and this one. Gen G's so good, they punished us. We played the exact same way. Of course, we came back in the second half, but they ultimately closed it. We got lucky today that we played very poorly and still escaped with a victory. But to Cruz's point, we're not going to qualify for Shanghai if this is a consistent issue moving forward. So, I have to do what I got to do in order to fix this for him.
This question is for Frost. You will face Paper X and DRX in your next game. Which team would you prefer to face against first, and why?
Is that true? Actually, I thought we were going to do the run back versus secret based on groups and seedings. I actually am unaware. Okay, so I don't know if that's true. That's true. That's hilarious. Riot keeps screwing me with systems. Anyway, like, dude, seedings is so bad. Oh, all the way back to Berlin, bro. When third seed got a favorable group over second, we end up with Gambit. It's just like, this is unlucky. Okay, if we play PRX or DRX, that would be insane. In fairness, I don't think we could. It's maybe PRX. We can't play DRX as their first. They basically have a bye. We can't play DRX or 5-0. Yeah. Because the top 2 seeds on both sides basically go to the next group.
Yeah.
And then the 2 and 3 seeds from both sides.
But how did that question come out?
I mean, he probably knows other we don't. So it's probably going to be PRX because they probably did like a coin flip basically because they didn't want the rematch matchups. So it's unlucky. Okay, if we play PRX, they're very good. We like them a lot, actually. Obviously, I think our relationship with the coaching staff and the players is pretty good. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about this before, actually, most recently, obviously. So I think they're fucking awesome. And I thought they are, great for a pretty long time now. It's going to be a difficult challenge. We're going to play as best we can. If they're in our way, it's okay because that team is of the most quality, but we're obviously not going to quit. We're going to come in and swing and bang. And, I hope we can actually stop them. So unlucky.
Last but not least, this question is for both of you, is there anything you would like to share with your fans?
I'd like to thank you everyone who supported us, and I'll say we've worked really hard. Everyone put in a lot of effort every single day, Monday through Saturday for the past 5-6 months, and we really, really want to win. So I hope you guys see that and just cheer our teammates up. You know, sometimes they just need a little bit of that to, like, help them keep on going. So thank you for always supporting us, and just that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm not very sure I have many fans, but what I will say though is I think I think at the end of the day, this team works very hard. And I think certainly they deserve a lot of credit for what they've been through, because it hasn't been easy. And especially me, I haven't really had a very easy time in Pacific because, I'm an American. So like there's so many differences here. And the amount of practice and effort I think this team has put in is probably some of the most I've ever seen in Valorant for sure. And that says a lot because I thought that my 100T's roster was super professional and those guys worked very hard. And even they would be shocked at this schedule. So I'm very proud of the boys. I'm very proud to represent obviously Talon. I think there's a lot of amazing people here. I'm learning a lot more about the Thai community. I'm a little sad that the Thai community probably doesn't support us as much because we don't have a full Thai roster, I guess. But the one thing I will say to them at least is I think at this point you guys should celebrate Cruz and Surf and Jit a lot more because I think they've been representing you guys very well. I think both on and off the server, they're people of high quality. They're very intelligent, well-spoken. They do all the right things. They work very hard, and they at least deserve some modicum of respect from the community because of how well they're representing you guys this year. We have already totaled more wins than your team last year, and nobody thought Cruz could do it, and he did it. He deserves a lot of credit for that and a lot of praise.
That's all for pre-summary questions. Now we'll open up for live questions from the media.
Anyway, sorry guys, we've been here a long time. My bad.
I guess there's no questions.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys for joining. We'll be back with our
Thank you.
next group. Thank you.
Recording stop.